the Safe Space ASMR podcast where we talk about all things spirituality, personal development, and so much more. Here we align the mind, body, and spirit to live our most authentic lives. Sometimes we whisper, sometimes we soft speak, but every time we grow, expand, and relax. So, sit back, grab a drink. This is episode 4 where I'm going to be telling you how to attract your soulmate, how to meet your soulmate, what to do to manifest your soulmate into your life. And I have my drink here with me. I hope you actually pause this audio or video wherever you're listening or watching and go grab a drink. Today I have a new drink that I've never tried. It's a prebiotic soda orange. Wait, I'm like so used to saying probiotic. It's a prebiotic orange soda, and it is the brand Poppy for a healthy gut. Be gut happy, be gut healthy. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you see it right here. It's so cute. And if you are watching this on YouTube, as you can see, I'm not in my usual setup. I am at my soulmate's house, my boyfriend's house, in which I'll be telling you about him and how we met in order for you to meet your soulmate as well. But we're just making use of, this environment. I don't really care where I film the podcast. And if you're listening to the audio on Spotify or Apple Music, it really doesn't matter where I am. But let's open it. I'm so excited to try it. I'm also so thirsty, so make sure you go grab a drink because we're going to be diving deep. Alright, let's try it out. It smells really refreshing. Wow. That is good. I love pop. I don't know about you. I don't know if you say soda or pop, but very good. One more sip and then we'll get into it. Okay. So I'm going to be telling you how to attract your soulmate. I have a 4-step process, and I'll tell you my story as well and how I attracted my boyfriend Jordan, and I'll tell you it throughout this, throughout the steps. So step 1, the not obvious, but like the one that everyone says that you need to do. This one might sound very general, might sound very like, oh yeah, of course you said that, but this one is genuinely the most important step, okay? And I'm going to be making a whole entire episode on this next week, so make sure you subscribe or follow wherever you listen to your podcast. But step 1 is loving yourself. Love yourself in order to attract your soulmate. Now, I know that sounds very like, oh, of course. Of course you say that. But to attract your soulmate, the person that is like a puzzle piece of your soul. And I'm not gonna dive into like if you have one soulmate or multiple, but just in general how to attract your soulmate. If you are searching for happiness, if you are searching for external validation, for love, for acceptance, and you are searching for someone to fill a void within yourself, you will never be happy or fulfilled with the person as well as with yourself. The person that you are searching for when you search for love will only fulfill a temporary void that you have within yourself, but it will never fulfill the love that you are longing for. When I think of searching for, relationships or searching for love or searching for that external validation, I view it as your ego. Your mind is searching. Your mind wants all of these things. It wants this person to, spend nights with, or, just to be with, to feel not alone. And when you search for that fulfillment of loneliness that you have, you're coming from your ego. You're coming from wounding. You're coming from the mind. And a soulmate, what you really want to come from is your heart. And when you distract yourself with people to fill a void within yourself, a void of yourself from that pain, but it's not going to be a fulfilling, deep relationship because it came from the ego. It came from pain, even, it was primed with pain to distract yourself from that pain. So I also like to think of, searching for a relationship and searching for that person. Oh, by the way, we're doing this episode, it's February 1st. I thought, today and next week we can talk about attracting soulmates and loving yourself, because Valentine's Day and the month of love, although every month should be of love, but so when you're searching for that relationship or that person, it's like the game tag. So you go searching, you run, you chase, you try to find, you force, you search, and when you play tag, you're it, the people that you're chasing, they're running away from you, from that force, from that chase and that desire. It's not bad to have desires, but from that like desperation energy, you're pushing away the person even more, or you're just attracting and tagging the wrong type of people, the people that you actually don't desire. So it pushes you farther from the actual person that you want, the deep person, the soulmate energy that you truly desire. And I don't know if you read The Untethered Soul, I highly recommend it, but there's a theory in it called the thorn theory. And it's like, I'm just gonna sum it up really fast. When you have a thorn in let's say your arm, and that thorn hurts so bad, and it hurts more when people touch it. So you put a cast over it. But then, since you have a cast, you can't take a shower, or you have to sleep in a certain position. So you adjust your life to protect yourself from this feeling of the thorn, from the pain of the thorn, when in reality you can just look at the thorn and pluck it right out and it will be healed, or it'll take a while to heal, but you put a band-aid over it and you go to the roots of the problem rather than adjusting your life around it. Because if you adjust your life around this thorn, things become draining, things become harder. And so I view like loneliness, that deep sense of loneliness, or that void of lack of self-love. If you have a lack of self-love, you search for it elsewhere, you search for it externally. You adjust your life rather than going within, finding the thorn, picking it out, and then you can become healed and you can become the full version that you desire of yourself. And when you are whole, then you meet your soulmate. Okay, but there's also ands, ifs, or buts, or situations where it depends. Okay, don't take everything I say black or white. This is a gray area. Everything I say, take it with a grain of salt, take what resonates. But I will be going over how to love yourself next week, so really stay tuned, because that is very important. Very, very, very. I remember, I'm just gonna dive in a little bit to my story. How I met my boyfriend. We've been dating for 3 years, almost 4, kind of. Yeah, like 3 and a couple months, actually. I can't do exact math. September, October, November, December. 3 years, 3 months. So this year will be 4 years. But for the longest time, before meeting him, I was on Tinder, and I was just searching for people to validate me, to tell me I'm pretty, or, for the longest time, I would talk to guys that were horrible, that would ghost me, and I constantly got hurt. And I would, I am an empath, I love pretty easily, or just at least get attached easily, not love, but, I just always searched for external validation. I would get attached, and then I would get hurt, and it'd be this constant cycle of, like, settling for people that did not deserve me, and that just did not treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. And, if you're listening to this, maybe you can relate to that. But I was, like, always, every time I would, like, force a connection, or, really go searching for a sense of self-love, this deeper sense within myself. But before, I didn't have that. And so I would cling on to people to make me feel like, oh, I'm cool. Oh, people like me. Oh, I'm loved. And I would just attract people that were just horrible. And I think I know it's because when the ego goes into love, love doesn't come from the ego, especially soulmates. It comes from the heart, from the body, from the soul. So, leading me into number 2, embrace the process. So, don't just love the idea of a relationship, because when you love the idea of talking to someone or having someone, it kind of then becomes a little shallow. You love the idea of having someone, but do you truly love them as a person? Is it conditional, based on conditions, or is it unconditional? Like, I'm not telling you to don't, go on dates, or it's okay if you're on dating apps and everything, you can still attract your soulmate. But just from because I was too, I don't think it's bad to want to connect to people and to experience. I think we need to take life a little less seriously, but we also need to dive into ourselves a little bit and try to understand, are we on the dating apps, or, trying to find people because we feel so lonely, or is it just because we want to connect with people? Find where you are coming from when you think of going into relationships, because if it's from like, oh my god, I'm so lonely and I need someone, then that takes, we have to step back from that, do some self-healing and self-love on our own. But if it's coming from like, where I came from was, I want to connect, I didn't want a relationship. After my first relationship, I said, I'm not having a relationship or getting into one until I can see marriage, because the pain of a breakup was so rough for me. And so every guy I talked to, I was like, we'll connect and everything, but I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking for that. I'll talk about relationships in the future, by the way, and like communication and everything. But anyway, I just liked the idea of connecting with people, and I learned what I liked, and it was also just a time of just being free and connecting, and I embraced the process in this way, but also the process of being single, like just learning about myself and reading books and loving myself and going on this spiritual awakening journey. Like, I dove so deep into my spirituality when I was single, and I accepted being single. Like, I didn't crave or need a relationship because I was fulfilled as I was. And yes, I was talking to people and connecting, but I didn't care for them to be my person, or I didn't care for them to be, perfect or whatever. I just like connected, and this was when I was, more consciously connecting. When I said that I used to talk to F-boys and so insecure, that was like before this time period. But yeah, so I embraced the process of being single, just being on my own, and, diving into what I love, learning more about it. Embracing the process puts you in this light energy, this magnetic energy. If you are like, and like I said, this stems back to number 1, if you are coming from a desperation energy of needing a relationship, needing that person, and you're even like, maybe let's say you're not even searching for it, but you're still desperate, that gives an energy of lack, I don't have it, I'm not fulfilled on my own, it gives an energy of a missing piece, a missing element, and when you come from there, you stay in there. So when you learn to love yourself and embrace the process and letting go of this idea of forcing a relationship, and you just go with the flow, accept where you are now, embrace the process, that puts you in an energy of wholeness, of fulfillment. And it is okay, like, it is fine if you want to like connect to people, or maybe go on Bumble or Tinder, but the art of letting go is really key. When you are single, this is a beautiful, beautiful time. This is the time of new beginnings, of your person coming your way, I just actually thought of this idea today, that trust that. You have to trust that so deeply when you're single and in this phase of, desiring that relationship, but, going on your independent journey as well while you attract him or her. It is really important to know deeply that your soulmate is meant for you. Your soulmate wants you to. Your soulmate is searching for you and will find you. Your souls, you don't have to worry about it. Like, your souls will guide you to each other. Now's a good time to explain how me and my boyfriend met. So, we met at Lost Lands Music Festival. I don't know if you listen to EDM, but it was a dubstep music festival, and we both didn't even like dubstep. I was so close to not going. He was so close to not going, but he got invited by the artist BTSM, and which is Black Tiger Sex Machine, and they invited him to Lost Lands, and so he got a group of his friends to go, and I was so close to not going, but my friend Ashley, I just decided to go, which was very spontaneous of me and very unlike me, especially because it's a dubstep. But we both just decided to go. I was in a phase of just focusing on myself around this time, and I just thought, you know what, let me just be spontaneous. Let me just go, and I wasn't looking for anyone, anything. I just wanted to be playful, hang out, have fun, whatever. So there was no expectations of finding a person there, finding a guy there, because I wasn't really interested. So, not that I wasn't it'd be nice, but I just wasn't thinking of it. And so, Lost Lands is a 3-day music festival, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We met on Sunday, alright? The last night, we were so far away from each other, so far away. I don't even really know. We always say I'm 4'10", and crowd full of thousands of people, and he was so far away, and we were both just making eye contact and dancing with each other, and I have no idea why I decided to look in that direction, but we saw each other, and we were just dancing and smiling at each other, and I thought he was cute, and we were just so far away. We had no idea. I don't know, we didn't think anything of it, but we saw each other, piercing eye contact. And a couple hours later, on the last set of the night, which was Millennium back-to-back Excision, we ended up right beside each other. He's in this big group, I'm in this big group. I don't even know how. I literally just looked to my right, and he was right there. We shoulder to shoulder, right beside each other, and we remembered we saw each other a couple hours before, making eye contact from a distance. Thousands of people. It was fate pulled us together, and we were dancing. The last set, I don't even know how long. I lost track of time. I was crying during the set too, because I heard that he was from Utah, not from him directly. Maybe my friend asked, because the friend groups talked a little bit, but yeah, I just found out he was from Utah. I was crying. We were singing together. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And right when it was about to end, we hugged goodbye, and I walked away, and I was I have to get something. So I ran back up to him, because we were about to literally be pulled apart. And he says that he doesn't he didn't know, he was not afraid to make the first move, as in asking what's your Instagram or phone number, but he just has this way of respecting of I don't want it, then I wouldn't, or then he's not gonna ask. He didn't want to put any force on me, so I asked him, and I got his Instagram. Thank God, if you take that action, if you're thinking, oh no, about to get the number, get the Instagram. But anyway, so I got his Instagram, we messaged, and 2 weeks later, he told me he loved me, and about a month later, let me see, we met September 29th, and I went to Utah. We're long distance still, but I went to Utah November 7th, so whatever time that is, a month and a few days, month and a week, he flew me out to Utah, where we spent a weekend together, and yeah, exciting because it's just newness, you know, and it's still there, it's waiting for you. So get excited, pour yourself into any passions, and just enjoy the process, you know. Let go of the feeling of desperation or feeling like you need it, because you don't, but you'll get it. Of course you'll get it, and you know, the souls will find its way. Trust, trust, trust. Number 3, raise your standard. For the longest time, I didn't really have a standard. Like, I just, like, whoever's cool, whatever. I didn't set a standard or anything. And I remember, like, I would journal about what I desired in a person, and I would write the little things down, and I attracted just that, not only in this relationship, but in my past relationship as well. Both times it worked. My past relationship, it was good, but it just, like, wasn't, for the time that it happened and stuff, it was good, but it wasn't a soul deep connection, you know, that soulmate level connection, where your soul literally lights up. You know, I have standards of what I want, right? I think the values need, this is just a little side note, the values need to be the same. You can be different. Like, me and Jordan were different. We handle situations differently. Like, let's say, he's very, personality, he's very, like, spontaneous. I'm very comfort. But I think we both balance each other very well. But our deep core values are the same. You know, spirituality, living life on your own standards, like, a lot of those things that we're passionate about, we can relate a lot on, a lot of spiritual beliefs. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. When you raise your standard, you don't attract out of desperation. You know what you want, and you should have non-negotiables, as in you won't settle for certain things. Like, I think it's really important to write a list of what you desire in a person down, as well as having someone you look up to. I looked up to my friend Ashley and Brandon's relationship so much. Like, they meditated together, they went to music festivals, did yoga, spiritual, and I had them as an example of, oh, it's possible, and this is what I want. And they were like my vision, and I attracted just that. So knowing that it's possible and having a concrete relationship or evidence that proves that soulmates are possible, because so many times we see, oh, divorce, relationship ending, oh, cheated. Like, we see so many negative things that feed our mind to believe that things like this are not possible. But then we attract it because our reticular activating system / beliefs are manifesting, you know, the negative stories that we see. Start focusing on what you do want, not what you don't want. Too many times we're like, oh, I don't want that. Oh, I don't want this to happen again. I don't want to no. Focus on what you do want and write it down. Get it on paper. Everything you want. Raise your standard. You know, like, I did not think that like, Jordan is perfect. Okay. My boyfriend's name is Jordan, by the way. To me, Jordan is perfect. Like, he even went above the standard that I desired. Like, he exceeded those standards. And I think when you love yourself and you respect yourself, you then have standards for what you want in a partner, which is very important. You should not settle for something that you do not deserve. So I want you to feel what it would be like, you know, to have that person, feel the details of it, get excited, and of course embrace the process of not having just yet, but knowing that it's coming, and trusting it, and having a physical representation of what you want, and really just getting clear on what you want, not what you've always had, but what you want, because we tend to attract out of unconscious patterns of the past, but the past does not equal the future. You can change it, and when you change it, which I made an episode last week on, you know, manifestation, law of attraction, and intention setting, I recommend go watching that, because that can help you a lot. we both loved EDM, loved music festivals, maybe like at the time before we didn't love dubstep, but Lost Lands made us love dubstep. But we were both in this playful, joyful, loving energy. If you know about music festivals, the vibes are high, the vibes are good, and we were just not searching, and we were both dancing, listening to the music, raising our vibration in a state of love. And when you're in a state of love, you don't connect from your mind, you connect from your heart, because when your heart is open, that is when you attract it, that is when you find it. When you close your heart off and you're doing things that you hate, not expressing your voice and just closed off to the world, you can't expect to attract the soulmate, because like I said, the soulmate doesn't come from the mind, it comes from the heart. And so when you're doing the things that you love, not only is your heart open, but your soulmate is also doing the things that they love. And when you're both doing what you love, you find yourself meeting at a place that you both have a common interest in, or both are passionate about, or both of your hearts are open. And when the heart is open is when the truest, most unconditional soulmate love energy comes into your life. So I recommend, what do you love? What do you love? Here's the thing, and this isn't always true, but some people love drinking, or going to the bars, and your soulmate could very much be at a bar. But I would go deeper than that. Like, do you love reading? Do you love books? Do you love music, concerts, or do you love dancing or yoga, or even just making YouTube videos, or whatever you love, going to coffee shops, going to certain stores that you love, or certain places, the park, nature, walking your dog, like anything. Do more of what you love, because when you're doing what you love, you're also in alignment with yourself. You're in alignment with your soul, and your soul will guide you to the person that you will love, your soulmate. And so when you follow that loving feeling, when you follow that passion, that joy, and you stay in the frequency of that, that is when you attract your soulmate. Like I said, not in every case you can attract your soulmate, maybe when you're sad or down, but just from my examples and idea of how to attract your soulmate, do what you love, follow what you love, express your voice, and all of this, all of it, every single step, embracing the process, raising your standard, doing what you love stems back to number one, which is loving yourself, which I'll talk about next week. But one last thing I want to say is, like, doing what you love also primes the relationship. It primes the relationship for love. Wherever you meet, whatever you're doing, whatever state you're in, that is the energy that follows through in the relationship. Of course, not all the time, but that's what I believe. And I think it's just really important to follow your heart, and follow your heart back to yourself with step number one, loving yourself, because that is the key element, that is the missing piece that many people tend to ignore when trying to find someone. So stay tuned for next week, wherever you listen to your podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Follow, subscribe,